second part of the question is to then say, fine, does the software meet the definition of an internally generated intangible asset? In other words, development costs, can they be capitalized? Now remember, in order for development costs to be capitalized, there are 6 points that need to be addressed. You need to identify and apply each of those 6 points. And this is easy marks because you've got your textbooks with you. So the 6 points are listed there, the recognition criteria for development costs as an IA. You list the 6 points and then you apply it in the context of the question. So this part of the answer is probably going to be earning you a minimum of about 6 marks, but probably a maximum of 8 or 9 marks. So this is what you need to really focus on. Okay, so the 6 points. Technical feasibility of completing the IA for use. In other words, can we do it? Do we have the expertise? Well, no, Aqua Limited doesn't, but they've contracted ComSoft, who does have the expertise to do the work on their behalf. So the first point is met. Do they have technical feasibility? Yes, ComSoft can do it for them. Second point, do they have the intention to complete the intangible asset and use it or sell it? Well, the question told you that there was a deadline date of 28 Feb 2020 to get the software completed. So yes, there is the intention to complete it and use it. They need it complete by that date to be able to use it in the new computers. So the second point is met. The third point, ability to sell or use it. How are they going to use it? We know they're going to use it in the computers that drive the plant. So do they have the ability to use it? Absolutely yes. Number 4, how will the intangible asset generate future economic benefits? We actually already processed this one when we looked at the definition of an intangible asset. So as we know, it's going to enable the computers to operate more efficiently and generate additional profit. So we meet number 4. Availability of technical, financial, and other resources to complete the development. The question told you very clearly that the financial resources were available to develop the software. So that one is met. And then we've also already said that ComSoft has the technical expertise to develop the software. So again, we have the technical expertise to do it. So the 5th requirement is met. And then the last requirement, again, this one also ties in with the definition of an intangible asset, but the ability to measure the expenditure. ComSoft is billing us separately, so that will be very easily measured. And then over and above that, we also incurred our own development costs, which were clearly stated in the question, were separately identifiable. And therefore we can measure the expenditure. Based on meeting all of those 6 requirements, the application software does meet the requirements to be capitalized as an intangible asset. So what does that mean? It means any specific costs don't need to be expensed, but can be added as an intangible asset. So how are we going to conclude? This is to earn the rest of your marks. Aqua Limited should recognize 1760 as the cost of the IA, but you must explain how you got the 1760. So just pop open a bracket. The 1.6 million, which was the time billed, the 140,000, which was the travel expenses, and the 20,000, which was our own internally generated costs. As an intangible asset in the financial statements for the year end 28 Feb 2020, and then just pause on the other 15,000 Rand costs. Don't forget about that. It's still part of IS 38, it's still part of the money we spent. Just one sentence, the amount spent on the research, 15,000, should be expensed to P&L as research costs. And that's how you're going to earn your 20 marks for this part of the question. Remember, you always need to try and give a few more points than 20 marks worth, just in case you've perhaps repeated yourself, or maybe you have 1 or 2 invalid points. So the principle, generally speaking, is 20 marks would require a minimum of 20 or more intelligent points at the end of the day. Some points also, they're a bit simple, may only be worth half a mark. So make sure you answer enough. With theory questions, the mistake that most students make is they don't give enough detail, and that's always the challenge with a theory question. Right, that's part 1 of the required done. The next video will focus on part 2 of the required, which is the PBT note, and that's where you're going to be doing most of the calculations.